what are the 5 pillars to a yogi diet? And why should you care about a yogi diet? It's basically because the yogis are the most ambitious people in the world who want to have the healthiest mind and body they possibly can because they're striving for perfection, basically. So what can the yogi diet do for you? Well, what it's done for me is to solve my acne, so skin issues get solved, energy issues get solved, no more lethargy after a meal, no more feeling unwilling or too tired, no more feeling introverted. It solves issues with excess body fat. I've lost 10 pounds, you can see it come from your face. No more stomach pain. IBS, inflammation, just that uncomfortable bloated feeling, constipation, diarrhea. All these things get solved and your overall mood improves. So there's 5 things that if you understand, then you'll be able to apply this to your life and you're gonna feel like an evolved human being. It's been such a significant impact on my life. And really in your mind, integrate these things together. Every diet needs these 5 things. This isn't a fad. And you're probably here because other diets haven't really worked for you. So let's get right into it. The first thing that we need to have a good diet is digestion. Now, Hippocrates even talked about this. He said all disease starts in the gut. Now, the reason we need good digestion is because when you put the right foods in, it'll nourish you. And the right foods don't just mean the right amount of calories, and it means the right quality of food. We're talking about sattvic food, vegetarian food, soft food that's liquid, that digests easily, as opposed to food that takes too long to digest, turns into toxins, impossible for your body to digest because it has preservatives. So this is so important. If you're eating the wrong type of food, then it's creating poison, toxins. In yoga, we call it ama. It just means undigested food left in your body. And we'll talk more about what those toxins do. It's no good. But let's talk a little bit more about the sattvic diet. You want food that's considered sattva, which means pure and clean, made for your body. It's the fuel your body needs. There's 2 other kinds of foods. There's rajas, which basically means it's fuel, but it tends towards aggravation and anxiety. It's not balanced. And tamas, which means it's not even really fuel for your body. It tends towards lethargy, body can hardly digest it. Look at the charts and see what kind of foods you're accustomed to eating. Even by just changing this, you'll see your energy levels change, your mental sharpness change, your skin, the glow of your body, your strength, everything will change. If you just start eating more sattvic food, let alone if you start blending it, eating more soft porridges, gruels, soups, smoothies, the more liquid it is, the more energy and power you're gonna have in life. Alright, so we're also gonna talk a little bit more about superfoods and herbs later on. All these things help your digestion so that your body can get empowered. Number 2, your diet has to not toxify you. Toxicity is one of the main reasons your body and mind isn't functioning at its peak. Now, as we said, if you don't eat the right foods, you're not creating energy, you're creating poison. Every single meal, a steady stream of poison. So it's always a good idea, if you're gonna go on a diet, you wanna lose weight, you want to improve your energy, do a detox first. Of course, you're making sure that you eat the right foods so that you're not creating toxins. But if you do a 10-day detox, link to the video above and below, then your body's going to be able to nourish and digest all the food better. And here's the main thing about toxicity. When you have toxins and parasites and bad bacteria living in your gut, they literally team up like an army, and they create neurohormones that communicate with your brain via the vagus nerve, which means you're going to have more compulsive cravings that are going to be very difficult to control. If you've ever gone on a diet and you just feel out of control, you can't control your cravings, you have to eat this, you have to eat that, well, a lot of it has to do with the toxicity in your body, making you feel weak, tired, or just ravenous. You feel like you're having withdrawal symptoms when you don't have those potato chips, those Sun Chips, the Ben & Jerry's. So when you detox, you flush out these billions and billions of bacteria in your cells, on your organs, in your stomach, and that will give you so much freedom, a feeling of lightness. So that's why detoxing is important. And notice, eating right is the most important thing. If you're not eating right, then you're creating toxins as you go. Number 3 is you have to make sure you're nourished, because the source of all disease is toxicity and deficiency. So how do you get nourished? Well, we already talked about the chronic vegetarian foods, which have all the nourishment that you need, vitamins, minerals. But let's go a little bit deeper into the superfoods and herbs. Because I'm going to give you a 21-day challenge, and it's going to include 3 different herbs. Now, these herbs are important because not only do they have vitamins, nutrients, phytonutrients, but they have compounds that powerfully impact your hormones. And when you impact your hormones, your whole system, how it reacts, changes. It's like going from a small, scared little puppy into a brave hound. Your body just reacts to the environment differently. So I'll reveal those after. But basically, did you know that in the East, they eat 5 to 10 more herbs than us? We're talking about teas, in their food, everything that they eat has herbs. Now, these herbs have so many more antioxidants than even broccoli or kale. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to give you 5 different herbs. You ready for them? Eat these with every single meal if you can. Take the challenge. Ginger, cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, nutmeg. There's more. There's definitely more. But if you just start including those 5, then you're going to already feel more nourished. Add that with eating the sattvic food, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, beans, legumes. All these things are going to nourish your body. When you're deficient, your body's going to always give you hunger signals because it thinks it needs more energy and nourishment so that it doesn't get a disease of malnourishment. So you have to make sure that you're eating all the right things. Now, emotional malnourishment and emotional eating is a whole other thing. We'll have a different video on that. But make sure you're not trying to fulfill yourself with food. If you're bored, if you're hurt, if you're sad, if you're angry, don't self-medicate with food. A good tip is, before you eat, when you're feeling those calls from your body to eat, take a look, see if it's really hunger, or if your body's just saying that it's hungry, but the secret reason is because it's hurting and it wants dopamine as a cover-up. Don't do drugs with food. Alright, so number 4 is impact of stress and hormones on your body. So this is where we talk about the adaptogenic herbs, because you need to change how your body's hormones are functioning. If you have stress, then your body's going to create cortisol, the main hormone that reverses and deals with stress. Now the problem with cortisol is that it makes you gain weight, belly fat especially. Women, fat around your thighs. Guys, around your stomach and midsection. So cortisol also increases insulin, which stores more fat. So we want to decrease cortisol. That's where the adaptogens come in. Adaptogens like, ready? Guduchi, Triphala, Ashwagandha, Maca. These are the herbs that you have to eat if you want to start reversing the chemicals in your body and the hormones. You hear a lot of people that say that they have a low thyroid. Now, if you have a low thyroid, then your metabolism is going to be working insufficiently. It just means you eat and it's instantly going to be stored as fat because your thyroid isn't giving the directions to your body how to use that energy. So, especially ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is known as the king of the herbs in Ayurveda. Ashwagandha directly reverses cortisol, increases your insulin sensitivity, and it heals your thyroid directly. There's medical evidence that it heals your thyroid. It helps it produce T3, T4, and TSH. So your metabolism is going to go back to normal, and you're not going to feel like you're just spinning your wheels. So there's other things that you can do to manage your stress and hormones. Obviously, anything meditative, anything that changes your perspective on things, that relaxes you. Deep breathing, Epsom salt baths, essential oils, aromatherapy, deep tissue massage, being in nature. These are all important lifestyle issues that really should be addressed before you even think about the adaptogens. But the adaptogens will help you either way. And lastly, food habits. Now, even if you're eating all the right things, if you're eating at the wrong time, in the wrong way, in the wrong place, then it's not going to be good for your system. We ignore this over in the West. Basically, the main three that I see are overeating, eating at the wrong time, and not paying attention. So overeating, we already talked about. When you have the right amount of nutrients, then you're not going to have to eat as much. When you detox, you're not going to have those compulsive urges to overeat. I'll make a completely another video for overeating. Eating at the wrong time. Just basically eat between 10 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock at night. That 8-hour window is nature's natural intermittent fast. Your body only creates digestive enzymes while the sun is up and not when it's down. So don't eat before 10. Don't eat after the sun sets, basically. Make sure there's a 3 or 4 hour gap between your last meal and when you sleep. That's a huge step. You'll lose a lot of weight and feel so much better, even if you just implement that. And lastly, pay attention to your food. Don't be distracted watching Game of Thrones or any show or talking too much. Pay attention to what your body needs. It'll tell you what's sattvic. It'll tell you when is enough. It'll tell you what you need for that day and that moment. So, those are the 5 principles, the pillars to crafting a very effective diet. I guarantee you, you're going to lose weight if you implement these. You're going to feel better. Your mind's going to feel sharper. Now, I have a 21-day challenge for you. If you follow this for 21 days, I guarantee you're going to feel so different. You'll probably keep it on. You'll probably spread it to your mom and your dad and your cousins. 21-day challenge is basically applying these 5 different principles, and we'll go into it right now. Basically, if you follow this, you're going to be implementing all these principles that we went into. Number 1, have breakfast at 10 a.m. and make it a green smoothie. There's tons of green smoothie recipes out there. Just take 4 veggies, kale, spinach, celery, parsley, all organic. Mix it with 2 fruits, dates and a banana. Put your spices in there, ginger, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg. Put some lemon. Drink that, like 16 ounces, 2 or 3 cups of that. You're good until lunch. Then at lunch, you're gonna have something a little bit heavier. You have your proteins here. You can have like a porridge, like oats with nuts, almonds, walnuts, peanuts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. You can have it with a whole grain piece of bread, with some ghee, or completely different, you can have a lentil soup with all these spices. Basic idea is eat your most solid foods here at lunch and eat the most at lunch. Don't wait for dinner. This is the most important thing. Then we're tapering off to dinner at around 5 p.m. Lunch was around 12:30. Dinner you're going to keep light again. You can have a slow cooked, very soft stew, soft vegetables, beans, really mash it up, make sure that's very light. And of course everything's vegan, but all the spices like before, pepper, some turmeric, here's where you can put the cumin and the fenugreek and the sesame seeds. Basically make dinner light. Make sure it's liquid. So you have to have a soup or a juice and some fruit. If you're gonna have a juice, make it different from your morning one. You had a green drink in the morning, so make it either a purple one with berries or an orange one with mango, papaya, pineapple, banana, ginger. Basically, dinner you want to keep so light that you easily fall asleep and you're gonna wake up with energy. Lastly, you're gonna have golden milk if you're still hungry an hour before bed. It's basically just warm milk. Take it off the stove once it starts to boil. Then you put a pinch of ginger, turmeric, cumin, nutmeg, cloves, and ghee. Mix it all up, drink it while it's still warm. That'll nourish you for the day. Guys, this 21-day challenge has so many healthy foods. It will absolutely burn tons of belly fat. You will have a bright, powerful complexion. Your stomach will thank you 1,000 times. You'll have more strength and energy. Your mood will be better throughout the whole day. No more energy dips. Now the last thing about this challenge is that we're going to include 3 powerful herbs to combat the stress hormone in your body and completely revolutionize your hormonal balance in your body. So these are musts. Don't underestimate this. Medicine has proven that ashwagandha, maca, and triphala all do wonders for your stress and hormone balance. It's going to decrease cortisol, it's going to help balance your insulin, decrease insulin, and it's going to heal your thyroid. So if you want to have a regular metabolism and feel normal, energetic, and strong again, get these 3 herbs. It will clean out your digestive tract powerfully. Your blood oxygen level will increase 300% from triphala. Triphala is extremely popular over in the East. Maca and ashwagandha will strengthen your tissues and decrease your stress. This 21-day challenge, I guarantee you, is the result of 10 years of me experimenting with my own body and finally coming upon this amazing diet, these 5 principles, all accumulated into this simple plan. Recap: breakfast, you're having a green smoothie. Lunch, you're having your proteins, heavier meal. Dinner, you're having light, liquid soup or juice again. You're having the golden milk at night. All throughout with all the digestive herbs and the 3 powerful adaptogens. Guys, try this out. That's the end of this video. I know this is going to help you if you implement even some of these. Let me know what you think, and if I've left anything out in the comments below, please let me know what you think a diet needs. Subscribe for the best information on how to be the healthiest, most powerful version of yourself through yoga, Ayurveda, nutrition. Like the video if this has helped you, please. And until next time, guys, stay strong.